Well now, I never thought I'd be standing here talking to college students about international business. I'm just a shrimp farmer from Louisiana, 65 years old. Worked these waters my whole life. Sunrise to sunset. Mud on my boots. Salt in the air. But somewhere along the way I learned something about business that textbooks call competitive advantage. I didn't know the fancy name back then. I just knew this. We were good at something, and the world wanted it. And that's how I went international. Let me tell you how it happened. For most of my life, we sold shrimp locally. Restaurants in New Orleans, seafood markets in Baton Rouge, family boils on weekends, and business was steady. Louisiana waters are special. The Gulf gives us warm temperatures, rich nutrients, long shrimping seasons. That's not something you can copy just anywhere. Back then, I thought every coastal state could do what we do. But I was wrong. That was my first lesson in competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means countries, or regions, specialize in what they do best. And Louisiana? We know shrimp. One afternoon about 15 years ago, I got a phone call from a seafood distributor in France. France. I thought it was a joke. He said, "We've heard about Louisiana Gulf shrimp. We want to import." Now I had a choice. Stay local, or take the risk and sell internationally. So I asked myself, why would someone across the ocean want shrimp from me? The answer was simple. Because we had something they didn't. That's competitive advantage. Not every place has the same climate. Not every place has the same natural resources. Not every place has the same skills or traditions. France makes world-class cheese and wine. Japan builds incredible electronics and automobiles. Switzerland is known for pharmaceuticals. Different places specialize. And Louisiana? We specialize in shrimp. Now listen carefully, because this is where the lesson gets important. Competitive advantage isn't just about being good. It's about structural strengths, our waters, our climate, generations of knowledge, dock infrastructure, distribution systems, seafood processing facilities, cultural expertise in harvesting and handling shrimp. All of that together creates lower costs and higher quality compared to places that try to copy us. That's why firms go international. Not because it sounds exciting, but because specialization creates opportunity. When one region can produce something better or more efficiently, it makes sense to trade, and trade becomes international business. Now let me explain this the way your professor might. If every country tried to produce everything, we'd all be inefficient. Some places would grow shrimp poorly. Some would build cars inefficiently. Some would produce medicine at high cost. But when countries specialize based on strengths, total global production increases. That means lower prices, higher quality, more innovation, more trade. I wasn't trying to become a multinational corporation. I was simply responding to demand created by specialization. France didn't try to out-shrimp Louisiana. They bought from us. And in return we bought machinery and equipment from companies abroad that were better at producing those goods than we were. That's the global system at work. Now let me tell you something else. Going international isn't just opportunity, it's risk. When I started exporting, I had to think about exchange rates, transportation costs, foreign regulations, political risk, global recessions. If the euro weakens against the dollar, my shrimp becomes more expensive in France. If there's a global downturn, restaurants cut demand. International business connects you to the world's opportunities, but also the world's problems. That's something you need to understand Competitive advantage creates trade, but trade exposes you to global risk. There was one year when storms hit the Gulf hard, supply dropped, prices rose, and I thought, maybe I should invest in shrimp farming overseas. Maybe I should try to produce shrimp somewhere else too. But I stopped myself, because I remembered something. Competitive advantage isn't easily transferable. You can't just copy Louisiana waters. You can't copy decades of dock systems. You can't copy cultural expertise overnight. That's when I realized something powerful. Sometimes your strength is where you are. Instead of expanding production abroad, I focused on improving quality at home. Cold storage, packaging technology, export logistics. We doubled down on our advantage instead of chasing someone else's. Now let me speak directly to you. Whether you go into finance, consulting, entrepreneurship, or corporate management, you need to ask 3 questions. 1. What does this country do better than others? 2. What structural strengths support that advantage? 3. Are we aligning our business strategy with those strengths? Firms go international because specialization creates trade opportunities. If your country has advanced technology, export technology. If it has precision manufacturing, export automobiles. If it has natural resources, export those resources efficiently. Trying to fight against structural advantage is expensive. Working with it is profitable. You see, when I started, I thought I was just selling shrimp. But what I was really doing was participating in the global economic system. My boat in Louisiana, a restaurant in Paris, a supply chain crossing oceans. That's international business. It's not abstract. It's not just theory. It's real people, real boats, real decisions. Competitive advantage connects us.